The walls of every patient's house or every patient in a facility. We have changed how wound care is done, not only in the Wichita market, but in the surrounding area. Please visit mkwound.com to find out more information. I'm Dr. Justin Gooden. I look forward to seeing you soon.
Hi, I'm Nicole, and I lost my 10-year-old daughter, Teresa, to COVID in just a few short days. Teresa was a healthy child who loved to dance. When Teresa got sick, I didn't think it was serious until she was rushed to the hospital. COVID and flu can be serious for anyone, but they're especially dangerous for communities of color. Please get your COVID and flu vaccines and stay up to date on all immunizations, because vaccines save lives.
To learn how to protect your family, visit vaccinateyourfamily.org/learn.
Hey, KQAM listeners, we want to hear from you. KQAM used to be the home of the Dan Bongino Show, and now Dan Bongino may be back on the radio. And we want to hear about your favorite programs. Fill out the latest KQAM survey on our Facebook page at facebook.com/1480KQAM. Go to our website at kqamradio.com or download the app at SC Wichita and find KQAM. Let us know what shows you want to hear on the air and what makes Wichita's Big Talker KQAM your favorite station. Fill out your survey today.
Truth, reason, and common sense. This is the voice of reason with Andy Hooser.
Yeah, it is. Welcome back into the program. Great to have you today for a pre-Friday celebration. All right, we are tweaking some things behind the scenes, man. Also working on getting Drew Thomas Allen on the program. Having a hard time connecting with him, but we'll do that here shortly. Nonetheless, if you want to reach out to the program, you can always do so by going to the website, HooserReason.com, emailing us, HooserMediaNetwork@gmail.com, or finding us on any of your favorite social media sites at Hooser Reason with the same handle. The podcast, which has been growing pretty exponentially, you can find on any podcasting site, too, at The Voice of Reason with Andy Hooser. Want to tell you about my friends over at Americans for Prosperity. We are now on the 250th birthday of the nation, which is awesome. We are all patriotic this year. In fact, this is the most patriotic year that we've ever had, right? Agree? Agree? Yeah. And we're going to continue that all year long. And we want to learn about the history of this nation, about how all the great Americans before us fought policy-wise, stood up and rose to the challenges of their time to make sure that we kept America great all throughout the ages to still make us the greatest nation on the face of the earth. And that education course is available to you right now. Millions of dollars from AFP to allow you to know exactly how great this nation is by going to TakeOneSmallStep.com. TakeOneSmallStep.com. It's completely free. You can educate yourself, your family, your neighbors, your kids, your grandkids. You can learn about what's been done in the past and what we can do right now to make sure that America continues to be great. And looking forward to that by going to TakeOneSmallStep.com with our friends over at Americans for Prosperity. All right, there we go. Let's see here. Drew Allen, we may get him on here momentarily. He just texted me and said he's working on that, so we'll get him in just a moment. But before we do, I want to shift gears for a minute because I've been dying to talk about this issue, have not had a chance to do so.
What's trending today?
And I'm super excited about it. So this was, let me see if I can find the right one again here now. Because I'm all jumbled. Oh, here we go. Okay, so this was an announcement yesterday. Department of Health and Human Services, Robert F. Kennedy Jr., the FDA, the USDA, on a change to the food pyramid.
The new guidelines recognize that whole, nutrient-dense food is the most effective path to better health and lower health care costs. Protein and healthy fats are essential and were wrongly discouraged in prior dietary guidelines. We are ending the war on saturated fats. Diets rich in vegetables and fruits reduce disease risk more effectively than many drugs. Whole grains outperform refined carbohydrates. Added sugars, especially sugar-sweetened beverages, drive metabolic disease, and today our government declares war on added sugar. Highly processed foods loaded with additives, added sugar, and excess salt damage health and should be avoided. As Secretary of Health and Human Services, my message is clear: eat real food.
Eat real food. That's not a hard thing. Well, I guess it is kind of a hard thing to do today, but how awesome is that? How awesome is that? So we have a new food pyramid. We have the protein, dairies, and they call healthy fats, the fruits and vegetables that are up top, all the way down to the whole grains. We've gotten rid of the sugary part of things. We've gotten rid of, it's kind of a neat new pyramid which I really enjoy. This is going to transform it as we talk about eating real food, no overly processed foods, no bunch of crazy chemicals and dyes that are changing your DNA, like literally changing your DNA and breaks down your DNA cells, which is crazy, and people are okay with that for some reason. But I'm excited. I love this. This came out, by the way, at the same time that we reformed the childhood vaccination schedule, getting rid of 18 down to 11. In those 18, by the way, there was a combo of a whole bunch of them in. I think in total, like 117 different things that we were shooting up in kids for the infant stage and childhood stage. That's pretty wild. But
what's trending today?
Let's get that and more with our guest on the program. We'll talk about that and all the other crazy headlines going on out there right now. He is the author of multiple books, including America's Last Stand and For Christ and Country. Also, our host of the Drew Allen Show podcast, the man himself, Drew Thomas Allen. What's going on, brother? How are you?
Hey, man, I'm doing well. It's good to be with you.
Yeah, it's always great to chat with you, man. I'm excited. This new food pyramid, I know it's not the sexiest topic, but this is transformative in my opinion. We've inverted the food pyramid. People are going crazy with this thing. I'm excited. Eating real foods. What a wild concept, right?
Oh, yeah, absolutely. I mean, it's crazy that we dealt with that phony food pyramid for so much of our lives as kids. And, I mean, this is just proof that, RFK Jr., I mean, he's delivering a lot of the goods that we wanted him to.
I love it.
He's a serious person about this.
He's very serious about it, man. He's all about it. So the first pyramid, which I remember that as a kid as well, going through class and looking at the food pyramid. Then we got rid of the pyramid. And in the early 2000s, I want to say, we went to like a plate design of, the protein, the vegetables, the fruits, the grains, whatever, and then the dairy on the side, and they kind of made it super stupid and generic. I want to say it was during the Obama administration when, like, Michelle Obama was saying, hey, we're going to make the lunch programs for kids a lot healthier, which was, we're just going to downsize the size of the French fries and make them smaller at McDonald's or something, and it didn't really do a whole lot. But this wasn't just to make it look good. This was like a transformative design on what we should be eating and encouraging, and it's very controversial because they don't like saturated fats. The other side always says that we don't need those at all, and we've been shunned by those for a long time. Now we're saying we need a lot more protein, and Drew, I gotta say, the kids today, they do look a lot smaller than back in our day. I was watching high school football in our small town just this past fall. The kids, now granted, we're in a 1A school. We're pretty small. We're barely a 6-man team. But at the same time, those kids, they look like middle schoolers. They're tiny and scrawny. We need more protein. We got to stock those boys up a little bit.
Yeah. I mean, it's what I love about it, too, is, I mean, the main protein sources are going to be animal proteins. And this kind of happens to coincidentally just coincide with the disappearance of the climate change cults, right? That wanted us to all eat bugs for a long time for our source of protein. So, yeah, I mean, it's just a return to sanity. And, I mean, it's just another one of those developments early on in this new year, 2026, that just gives me so much optimism for this administration.
Yeah, it's pretty awesome. All right, let's get to the big story of the day, obviously. The George Floyd protest 2.0 in Minneapolis right now. After the shooting from the ICE agent, the governor of Minnesota, Mr. Tim Walz himself, came out yesterday with a statement that said protesting ICE under the Trump administration is now a patriotic duty.
The desire to get out and protest and to speak up to this administration of how wrong this is, that is a patriotic duty at this point in time, but it needs to be done safely. And I think the commissioner simply just laid out some of those parameters. We can do that. This is the peaceful resistance that we need.
I mean, come on, man. That's a patriotic duty. The peaceful resistance is what they're calling this now. Drew, why is Minnesota so crazy? Why do they have these crazy people out there thinking that the ICE agents keeping bad guys off of their street are somehow like the SS coming to round them up?
Well, it's just a radical left Democrat state that's been run by idiots and left-wing ideologues for so long. I mean, it has to do with the school districts and everything else, but, I mean, it's just wild. I mean, this is, Minneapolis, the heart of the, George Floyd protest that, ironically destroyed the businesses of minorities they were claiming to be protesting to defend. And it's just, and look, I mean, they are leading towards this. And obviously, one of the important points to make, I think, is that the reason they've been so opposed to ICE and dehumanizing them and attacking them is, one, this was a moment they wanted. And I know that sounds crass, but it's true. They wanted conflict like this, and the best thing that could happen to them was, a shooting like this, because, look, the Democrat Party has hitched their wagon of their future political chances to replacement theory, which is replacing Americans who they're destroying with their policies with illegals. And, the Democrats can only blame themselves for what happened yesterday. Our decisions have consequences, and my heart breaks for anybody who dies and loses their life. I'm not a leftist. I don't cheer this or celebrate it, but, this woman would be alive had she, one, listened to ICE. Two, let me tell you something interesting. You asked about Minneapolis. Why? What's going on there? That is a radical cesspool of left-wing thought. Let me give you an example. The woman who was killed, right, she was married twice to two men, and she had 3 kids between the two of them. Her second husband died in 2023, and she made her way from whatever state she was in before, eventually landing in Minneapolis, where she became a lesbian and married a woman. And the woman in a video can be heard sobbing, saying, "This is my fault." Her wife is saying, "This is my fault. I asked her to come down here," which would suggest that it was the wife, this new indoctrination of baptism into this particular LGBTQ plus culture, that radicalized this woman to the point that she would go and participate and be convinced to become a left-wing ideologue and activist who was trying to interfere with ICE doing their job. And had she not moved to Minneapolis and married a lesbian who had her, get excited about protests, she'd still be alive.
So in other words, it's another just cultural brainwashing that's happening in that community for whatever reason. There's a cloud around there that allows this crazy transformation of people. And you're right. I mean, we see this protest and they stay mostly peaceful. They're on the side of the street, hooting and hollering and chanting and yelling and cursing and doing whatever they do. Okay, fine. You have the right to do that. But with the encouragement not only of maybe the culture there, but also the leaders, and maybe I guess they're part of that culture, but the leaders themselves, when they say it's their patriotic duty to protest and you have to get out there, it reminds me of the Maxine Waters to get in the face of Republicans and Trump supporters and MAGA individuals. The Joe Biden that said that this is domestic terrorism and MAGA is the biggest threat to democracy in American history. I mean, it's this culture that's encouraged people to get so irate and emotionally ridiculous that they just begin to lash out and make dumb decisions.
Well, it is. And look, I write about this in For Christ and Country, the martyrdom of Charlie Kirk. Amazon's not censoring anymore, by the way, since we last talked.
Good.
So people can get
Fantastic.
their copy. So it's doing well, but it's an important book, and it addresses a lot of this stuff with left-wing ideology and violence that dehumanizes their opponents to the point that it becomes justified to harm them and kill them. And the same kind of dehumanization and targeting that ultimately led to a climate in which Charlie Kirk could be murdered and then his murder celebrated by leftists.
Exactly.
Now we're seeing that play out here.
It is. Yeah, Drew, hang on the line. We got to take a hard break here. Drew Thomas Allen, Drew Allen Show podcast. You can check that out. When we come back, I want to continue this conversation. Also, the response on trying to get rid of some of the fraud in the nation. Lots more to get to. Stay here.
This is the Voice of Reason with Andy Hooser.
Big government is broken. Every year, politicians fail to pass a budget as the deficit continues to grow. Every month, unelected bureaucrats pile on rules no one voted for, strangling our economy. And every day, D.C.'s broken system gets in the way of the American dream. Washington isn't working, and the people pay the price. At Americans for Prosperity, we believe it's time to fix the system. Now, join the movement to make government work.
As you know, I'm always looking for a good snack, but it's hard to find good quality snacks without all the unhealthy additives. But now that problem is over. It's time to enjoy J&S Smoked Snacks. Real cuts of beef, real wood smoke, and real flavor that's crafted in small batches to keep every bag fresh. I promise you'll be addicted. And with numerous different flavors, you'll never get enough. This is not your average gas station jerky. It's J&S Smoked Snacks. Find them online at jssmokedsnacks.com and tell them I sent you.
When you choose Patriot Mobile, you're not just picking a wireless provider. You're choosing a company that shares your values. It's easy to switch, and you can keep your number, your phone, and most importantly, your values. With Patriot Mobile, you get the power of nationwide coverage on all 3 major networks. That means wherever life takes you, we've got you covered on the same reliable networks you already know and trust. And when you need us, we're here for you right here at home. Our customer service is 100% US-based because we believe that support should come from people who understand you and your values. At Patriot Mobile, you're not just another call, you're a priority. In today's world, where you spend your money matters more than ever. Every dollar is a vote for the kind of future you want to build. Join the thousands of Americans making a difference with every call, every text, and every connection. Choose a company that shares your values. Choose Patriot Mobile.
Switch today and get 1 month of service absolutely free by going to patriotmobile.com/reason.
What fuels the freedom to dream bigger? Our country's greatest breakthroughs were born from bold ideas and the ability to take one small step forward. At Americans for Prosperity, freedom and opportunity find their defenders. Because our country's next giant leap is just around the corner. Are you ready to step up?
Hey, the live show may be almost over today, but it doesn't have to be for you. As always, enjoy the Voice of Reason with our daily podcast by finding the Voice of Reason with Andy Hooser on any of your favorite podcasting sites. Just find us, subscribe, have it automatically downloaded, and listen at your convenience whenever you want to bring some more reason into your day. And a lot of people are doing it. Also, you can always find the video of the show, along with articles, additional commentary, and maybe a few sarcastic remarks by following us on our social media. Stay up to date with everything going on with the show, including upcoming guests, breaking news stories, interesting articles, and maybe some memes. Help us in the ongoing battle with censorship and shadow banning from social media by following us on the social media at Hooser Reason on all of our social media sites. For all these social media links, podcast links, contact information, or just general information of the show, go to our website at HooserReason.com. There you can listen live every day, read our latest monthly blog, find our radio affiliate list, or even listen to our latest infomercials and special content. Plus, you can always reach out to the program by sending me a message on social media, emailing us at HooserMediaNetwork@gmail.com, or sending an email through our website at HooserReason.com. Whether it's content on the show, whether it's a guest that you've liked or disliked, or whether you want to disagree with me, and disagreement's always appreciated. While you're there, make sure to sign up for our monthly newsletter. Each month, you'll get the latest update on the show, updates from the Hooser Media Network, and our latest blog discussing topical issues of the day. Finally, if you want to help support the show, become a member of our Patreon site and help us fight for the cause of truth, reason, and common sense every day, and get more of the same by becoming the ultimate Hoosierholic. Get additional interviews that sometimes we don't always get to air on the radio. Hear our special segments or even our infomercials before anyone else, and have a chance to chat with other great Hoosierholics from all over. By becoming a Patreon subscriber, you're not only helping the fight for conservative values, you're helping us get more content and information out through the Hooser Media Network. Find out more information online at HooserReason.com. Lastly, follow and support all of our partners with the show. The Voice of Reason has been growing more and more every year, and it's because of so many great partners helping us get the message out to you. From show partners to local radio affiliates in your area to streaming sites, podcasting sites, and more, we have so many supporters and listeners now than ever before, and we want to thank you. It's time to bring back common sense, and we do it right here every day with the Voice of Reason.
America's safe space for common sense. This is the Voice of Reason with Andy Hooser.
Yeah, reason, common sense, rationale, doing our thing here on the program like we do every single day. By the way, we have a video posted on our social media on the Facebook, on the Voice of Reason Facebook page. Let me clarify. We'll be posting it on our other ones here soon too, but we have a new partner coming on the program starting Monday. I gave a little tease of what that partner is, and I will give you a hint. It has much to do with the MAHA movement, your New Year's resolutions, and as we try to eat real food, that's a perfect way to get ourselves back into the way we want to look and feel going into the new year. And we have a great new partner starting on Monday. We have an intro video on our social media. Go and check that out. We'll share it out to all of our social media here soon. But before we do that, we have some breaking news going on, and I want to get our guest with Drew Allen, host of the Drew Allen Show podcast and author of a couple of books. We have some breaking news going on
What's
right now.
trending today?
In the past hour, President Donald Trump has sent out a truth, if you want to call it that, from Truth Social, talking about the real estate market and home ownership. As you know, there's been a push now to end major corporations from buying up homes so we can actually own them, which that's a big win by itself. But this is not that. This is something on top of it. And I'm confused. Is the government doing this, or is he doing this himself? Here's what he had to say. Biden ignored the housing market and instead was immersed with high crime, open borders, runaway inflation, and the Afghan disaster, and a military that has left chaos and confusion. Everything was broken, but I, as president of the United States, have already fixed it. I mean, cool. I guess we're already there, man.
Winning.
That's what we do. I, as president, already fixed it. Now I am giving special attention to the housing market. Because I chose not to sell Fannie Mae and Freddie Mac in my first term, I am a truly great decision, and against the advice of the experts, it is now worth many times that amount and an absolute fortune, and has $200 billion in cash. Because of this, I'm instructing my representatives to buy $200 billion in mortgage bonds. This will drive mortgage rates down, monthly payments down, and make the cost of owning a home more affordable. It is one of my many steps in restoring affordability, something that the Biden administration absolutely destroyed. We are bringing back the American dream that was destroyed by the past administration. Make America great again. Whoa. That's pretty crazy.
Say what?
$200 billion in purchased mortgage bonds, driving down mortgage rates. Drew, what the heck does that mean? What are we going to see here?
Man, I don't know. I mean, this is unprecedented territory, and I'm not really a great finance guy. I mean, it's kind of interesting. There are a few takes I have kind of automatically because this is breaking, obviously, for me, too.
Yeah.
This is, in some ways, this is what's so interesting about Trump is, he's not an ideological conservative,
Right.
He does things that, this is almost seems like kind of an FDR move to some extent, which you would think that the left would be, Democrats would praise what he's doing right now. I mean, this is direct government intervention, to try and
manipulate markets.
To manipulate markets, and
right.
they love this stuff, but it's Trump, so they're going to be against it. I don't know. I mean, I hope that it works. I mean, it sounds promising to some extent. Obviously, these types of things are just kind of a temporary solution, right, to the overall problem,
right.
That are much deeper than that. But this guy just doesn't stop working. I love the creativity. And I've said this before. This isn't one of those things I necessarily disagree with, but there are things he's done or ideas he floats out there that and there are very few of them that I don't necessarily agree with, but there have been a few. But I still admire it and love it because he thinks outside the box, right? I mean, this guy he's not locked into, the establishment way things are done. He's always looking out and open to creative solutions to try and improve this country. And it's all about American excellence and exceptionalism at the end.
Yeah, it's a really great point. Yeah, I'm right there with you. I don't necessarily care for the government manipulation of the markets because that's what we're trying to get away from. We want the private market to do its thing. We want the housing market to do what it needs to do. I am 100% in favor of what they're trying to push right now legislatively, which is, banning these corporations, BlackRock and others, to just buy up the housing markets and then rent it out to the people. We want home ownership to be home ownership. We want that American dream for people to own their own homes. That needs to happen. In Congress, if they're going to do anything, really better get behind that. This is more of a market manipulation. Maybe it is going to be temporary, but that's wild, man. Drew, we got about 30 seconds left. The affordability issue, is that what's going to be the big ticket for the midterm elections this year? It sounds like Donald Trump, that's what he's wanting to focus on now.
I think that we got to get back and focus on the economy and eventually passing legislation. This is going to be a really fast and frenetic, next 6 months.
It's crazy, man. Drew Thomas Allen, go check him out. The Drew Allen Show podcast. You can also check out his book that is now on Amazon that is not being shadow banned, For Christ and Country. Go and check that one out. Drew, we appreciate it, my friend. Happy 2026. Let's do it again soon.
Thanks, brother. Talk soon.
Hey, always a pleasure. There it is, Drew Allen. We always love having him on the show. Back at it again tomorrow for a Friday. We'll celebrate that you made it through the first work week of the year. Until then, be your own voice of reason. It is the Voice of Reason. I'm Andy Hooser. We'll see you on the radio. Bye. Hey, it's Andy Hooser. When I get off the air every day, the battle for me against limited government, censorship, and even unfactual content is far from over. That's why now I'm so happy to say that the Hooser Media Network is giving you more opportunity to catch the Voice of Reason along with other great shows and podcasts. It's been a long time in the works, and now you can finally enjoy more great content, services, and topical shows. We're the safe space for alternative talk, information, and ideas that the mainstream media absolutely hates. From holistic and alternative medicine, discussions on religion and spirituality, pure entertainment shows, and of course yours truly with the Voice of Reason. Plus, we offer numerous media services, including helping you set up your own podcast. Become your own voice of reason and bring your expertise to any fun issue or topic. For information on all of our shows, links to podcasts, each show website or social media link, or to find out about everything we do to challenge the mainstream establishment, visit our website at HooserMedia.com. Again, that's HooserMedia.com. The future